Hello there! Welcome to the Progipad YouTube channel. I'm so glad to have you here. My name is Olivia and I'm the owner of Progipad, a digital planning resource for you. We help creatives, crafties and artists like yourself express their unique creative attitude. So visit www.progipad.com to learn more about what we're all about. In this video, I'm going to go over the new design kits from Progipad, available in store right now. So without further ado, let's get started. So before we get started, I wanted to highlight the fact that in order to use these kits, you need to use an application called Procreate, which is on the iPad. So if you're not a Procreate user, you can find those stickers standalone in our store. So now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about these templates. So these aren't Procreate stamps. They are truly full Procreate projects and you can customize them as much as you like. You will have access to all 13 projects that you can see on your screen right now, and they are all customizable and sometimes the different styles so that you can have a little bit of fun. These has been designed so that you can really customize all your stickers and have a professional results, because sometimes you will buy stamps and they look awesome, but it doesn't mean that there's no work involved in order for them to look like you really worked on them and for them to look really professional. This particular collection allows you to create pretty complex design. So if you're brand new to Procreate, I really advise you to watch this video until the end. It is not as complicated as it seems, but it's just a lot to take on if you're brand new. If you're used to Procreate, it's easy peasy. So let's look at one particular design. So with this particular design, you can really change everything about it. So let's look at the inspector here. So here we work petal after petal. So this is meant for you to have more depth in your design and to make it look more realistic, even though I like the look of a hand-drawn sticker. So let's examine what we have here. So as you can see, I have several groups. I divided it in groups so that it's easier for you. And so you can work from petal to petal to petal. So we're going to change this entire flower in this video. So let's go to petal 1. It's super easy. I named the layers, but it's quite self-explanatory when you start clicking on things, you know. So here you can see, I'm going to add a white background so that it's more visible. Here you can see what petals disappear, so you know that this is petal 1. And what I advise you to do when you get familiar with the design is to start clicking away and to see what disappeared, what reappeared, so you know exactly what you're working with. So you can see that this is a drop shadow, this is a contour. So it's pretty simple really. When you can see the grid behind the image, it means that alpha lock is on and that you can change the color of your design. To do so, just click on your color wheel and we're going to choose a color. I'm going to make this flower pink. So I'm going to choose pink as a color. Okay. Once you choose your color, just click on main and then click on fill layer. And as you can see, your petal is now pink. What I advise you to do to make it really professional and look better is to work on the drop shadows and the contour. And sometimes, depending on the color you pick, you're going to have to do that. So click on your color wheel again. And what you want to do is go down the color wheel this way to pick a color. You don't have to go too dark, but you can experiment. And so you do the same. You click on whatever the layer you want to color. Make sure the alpha lock is always on. Then click on your layer and click on fill layer. Now your drop shadow looks way more precise. So we're going to repeat the operation for contour. Click on contour, click on fill layer. As you can see here, it's a little bit dark. So what you want to do is play with the opacity of your contour. So click on LB that you can see here and kind of play with the opacity so that the contour is not too dark. So how do we put on the alpha lock? Click on whatever layer you're working with and you're gonna see a side menu pop in. Click on alpha lock to remove the alpha lock here, and to put it back on, click on alpha lock again. And when alpha lock is on, you can see a grid behind your petals. So let's move on to petal number 2. Pretty easy again. I'm gonna change the color. I'm gonna use a darker pink, just for fun, right? So we're gonna work with the drop shadow here. So again, click on your color wheel and go down the color wheel. Then click on fill layer. I'm gonna do the same with the contour. I'm gonna keep the same color. You can experiment with the color, but of course, the contour, the definition, the shadows, all those definition that you will find is most often darker tones, obviously. Click on fill layer. As you can see, it's a little bit dark again, so we're gonna play with the opacity here. And we have something quite nice. So I'm gonna keep on doing the same operation until we have a beautiful pink flower. And I'll talk to you in a few seconds. So now we're done coloring all of our petals. So let's move on to the contouring set. So here is the same thing for this particular design. You're just gonna have to create more definition and so use darker tones. So we're gonna do the same thing. So we're gonna pick a darker color. So I do recommend to use a palette for this exercise so that you have darker tones for the main tone, okay? So I use a pink palette as you can see here. So I'm just going to pick a color and then go darker. So just pick a color and go a little bit darker, but in the same range, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to do as I usually do and fill layer. I continue to do the same. And now I have a very beautiful pink flower. I can also change this yellow circle. I'm gonna add maybe another color. Let me see. Let's just add a nice yellow here. There you go. And we're gonna change the definition of the center of the flower. Yes, I don't know the name of the center of the flower. I need to Google this. Don't make fun of me, roses. You're not allowed. I'm French, I have an excuse, okay? So go down the color wheel. And we're just gonna change the colors. So always when you want to add a shadow or anything like that, I will recommend to go down the color wheel and then find a color in the same range. So one little side note here, roses, please avoid to play with the settings here because if you don't do crazy things with the design, it should always look good. You can always change them if you want. In order to do so, you just click on LB. You can see LB, N, A. You click on the letters and you can just play with the effect here. So you can do that if you want and if you know what you're doing. If you are brand new, I will advise to leave it alone or duplicate the project, have fun, play with it, change things, customize as much as you like, and always keep a copy of the original. That will be my advice to you. So there you have it. You know, you have a beautiful pink flower. And so you can customize these design as much as you like. This was one of the hardest design that you have in this particular set, and it's not that complicated. And the same goes for all the other designs. There's another one that is pretty complicated to do, but I'm sure that you'll be up for the challenge. And it is this beautiful rose here. So this rose, it has quite a lot of details, still simple, but it has a lot of petals. So you can see the project here. It's quite big, but it's always the same thing, okay? It's not as complex as it seems. You just have to go through the process, okay? The process is always the same for every design, and some of them honestly will take you 10 minutes to customize. Then what you do is export your new design as a PNG, and that's it. You have a sticker that you can use for your designs. So to do so, just click here and click on share and click on PNG. And it will export it for you wherever you want, your desktop or your photo album or wherever else you want. And so if you're not using Procreate, I also included ready-made stickers for you to use. And what you can do is create like different type of combinations. So you can, I'm just going to use these ones. I'm going to have to put them back together. I'm going to copy and paste. I'm not going to be lazy. And that's it. You have a very nice little flower composition, and you can write your titles or do whatever you want with it, or resize it or whatever, or add a banner. So you can really have fun and create as many combinations as you want. So I hope this video was helpful to you. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media. Our handle is @Progipad. The link to this particular set will be listed down below. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful, productive, and creative day. Talk soon, roses!